What's up, everybody? I forgot to switch over to my mic here, so hopefully it sounds better. Yes, Tor, you look so weird with the shaved face.
Yeah, no.
He looks like he's in his 20s again. Wait, and he's got the old dad hat too. Mm-hmm. The TH3D dad hats. I forgot.
But I have in the skater style with the brim popped up.
Hang on.
Well, it's like the 80s, late 80s, early 90s kids all used to flip their bill up.
Yeah, I feel like Tor was
all the skater guys would have the brim done up and then like custom tag.
Maybe in California.
Tor's like one of the he would. I mean, I don't think you skate much anymore, but you do the longboard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have my electric longboard because I'm too fat to keep skating on the normal.
I mean, hey, at least you're honest. So we've actually got quite a bit of news going on, and I've remembered here. We're gonna put the ticker up, so you guys want to ask a question. I will pull the questions up. I even got the
show notes.
I got the Q&A ready to go here.
Show notes are in the private chat.
Yep, and we got the show notes here. I can just change that over there. So the refresh. First one, refresh.
There might be a few changes in there.
Okay, hang on. I'll do a hold down control and hit refresh here. Does everything look like it's on here?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so we got a lot of updates here. Do you guys want to talk about that loop company again? I forgot to put that in.
Oh, I forgot about that as well.
Yeah, do you want to add that in, because they still haven't released anything actually working yet?
Well, no, they did. Their shit post video against Uncle Jesse did have an actual machine.
What do we want to pull that up? Is that on YouTube?
Yeah, it should be.
You can add it.
Where are the show notes at? I can't get them to come up.
Shownotes.th3dstudio.com.
Oh god, damn, that's right.
If you just type in TH3D Studio, they should be one of the first things.
Yeah, if you even search Make with Loop on YouTube, their shit does not come up at all. Hang on, let me see.
There we go.
I literally cannot find it. Make it with Loop. Nope,
oh my
still not coming up.
That sucks, because Hector is supposed to be having some of those printers come in.
Where is it? What print? What are you talking about? Oh, the Quiddies?
Yeah, the show notes just popped up for me.
Hang on, when did the loop video happen? Because I'm just going through my YouTube history here.
It happened earlier this week.
Hang on, playback loop. Oh, demo day teaser. Here we go. I got it. It's in my YouTube history because I know I watched it. Yeah. So, well, I mean, I still think it's kind of scammy. I don't know why they don't just show it like working. Wrong button there. Hang on. Here, I'll post.
Well, they have the next 23 days to get one.
Yeah.
Working.
Here, Tor, I posted the link to that video if you want to post an update. They got 58 whole subscribers. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I walked. It's only 47 seconds. Let's see. So, and yeah, it's funny. They used Uncle Jesse's video. I don't know if he can copyright strike them or something, but here, we'll play it.
Let's talk about the new potential scam. If you haven't already seen it or somehow had missed it, is the loop. Taking your old scraps of filament or failed 3D prints, it's going to blend up that material and then spit out new filament. It's a really awesome concept, a really compact, beautifully designed looking device. Loop is revolutionary.
Okay, hold up. That screen, that beep, this looks like one of those like MKS off the shelf screens.
It does.
This
it doesn't
does
even look like
it's
seated well.
No, it's definitely a 3D printed thing. There's another. Okay, so there's the canister in there. They got an empty spool. Let's see. That definitely sounds like an MKS TFT. Let's see.
All right, wait.
Okay.
Look what they grinded up, and look what is extruding.
Yeah. Yeah, that would not be a gray color. Look at how shitty the fitment is on this, though.
Yeah, that looks like ass. And it doesn't even look like the renderings.
No, it doesn't. Well, the renders never match the product. Okay, so yeah, so they're showing this going anti-gravity shot for Uncle Jesse. Extrude preheat. Okay, so you guys put a nozzle in here and are just pushing some filament out because that's not 175. You know how easy it'd be to just throw a hot end in here to just make it look like filament's coming out? Because that's all they show. That's it. That's all they show. I could make this shot right here with a hot end with like a 0.6 or 0.8 nozzle and just pushing filament out of it. And this is like really uniform color filament too. It's not what they showed putting into it. Like, it's just filament being extruded. Like, okay, cool. You guys
they have 22 days.
Yeah.
I don't like that they like cut up Uncle Jesse's video on it, but he did call him out.
Let's look at the comments here. Oh, see, I know I watched it. See my comment. Still haven't posted it actually working. Oh, here's Zach. We provide the raw, uncut. Go ahead and give him a like there. Guys, make another video. Just making the filament working. Don't be scared to share raw, unedited, untitled video of this device. Like, could have just showed it working. He would have been a big help. You tried talking to him, addressed the concern, and said whatever this is. Good luck finding community support you're going to need if this is your attitude towards criticism. Good luck losing customer with this BS video, and now we have confirmation that it's a scam. Yikes! So it still seems it's a scam.
The
we want
yeah. Interesting. Yeah. So all like big names in YouTube in the community and stuff are
here. Option 1, build credibility by addressing valid concern, maybe showing working product. 2, try and dunk on a reputable reviewer and failed to directly address valid criticism. You should have went with the former. Even if this is real at this point, I won't be buying it. Stolen content, petty jabs, I'm out. Bit unprofessional, using actual professional words out of context. Big brain move for would have been to partner with him instead, giving you a conduit to share information. Yeah, Uncle Jesse is a professional entertainer, but he still is typically no bullshit. Like, I respect the dude.
Yeah, he's not out to scam people. He's
not.
He makes dad content.
Yeah, no, he's a good dude. I like Uncle Jesse. Not a good look for the company. Very immature response. Targeting some heavy investment in the community because their skepticism is still not showing actual video of a working machine is even raising more flags. Man, your website sure is selling a lot of these products for not being out yet. And the first video being a month away. Oof, what a bad look. Oh, it's Mandic. Zyle, why not show it fully working? And there's no comments from the, like, here's one Alex Tutu sauce. Is this like one of their people? Let's see. I have no idea. This is some random guy that's just simping for them. The cost is so high, it would take you a very long time to make it worth it. Give us an idea of retail price versus discount price. So yeah, still seems like a scam.
At this
That
rate,
looks like
I'd rather
that
build...
looks like an OTS blender bottle and lid. Let's see what an OTS blender bottle looks like.
Yeah, at this point, I'd rather just build one of like the open source ones.
Oh, and off OTS,
creator.
off the it looks like an off the shelf blender bottle. Hang on.
Yeah, like a ninja. It looks like a ninja.
Well, yeah, I even called that out. The blades look exactly like a ninja clone.
Hang on,
Yep.
let's see. Is there a blender bottle? It's got like that window in it. Actually, as much as I love Brave, Google image search is usually better at searching this stuff. Let's see. Is there an aluminum blender bottle?
You are brave, Tim. You're a hero.
I am.
should have
I'm
seen what
such
he
a
had me
hero.
made or-
I have to
or
deal with
earlier.
you. I have to deal with you. Hey, we wouldn't get those government assistance credits if I didn't have you on here. Okay. Yeah, I want to see. You know what? Let's go even.
Oh, hey, I see Twitch comments. Very cool.
Yeah, you should see everything.
Yep. No, I haven't seen them in a while.
Oh, oh wait, the poll is still going. Hang on. Yeah, Josh ended up bitching out about shaving my head, so it is still not shaved.
But he did trade for awesome ER stories.
Yes, he had
And-
a lot of them are not. We cannot tell them on
No.
the channel.
And
We cannot
funny,
tell them on the channel. They're
funny
not.
fireside antics.
Oh my god. Yeah, soup cans go boom in fires.
Josh was a trip.
How when the firework flew out of the fire pit, and that man moved faster than I thought he could ever move, and it wasn't even one that explodes. It was one of those ones that spins around and like just makes colors. Well, he didn't realize
Have a good one.
he didn't realize that they didn't blow up, so he freaked out thinking it was going to blow up.
Good times. It was a fun weekend.
I want to see if I can find like aluminum and maybe I gotta be more specific. How funny it'd be if we could find the blender bottle they used for the video. My search foo is failing me today. But yeah, here. And that extruded filament looks less consistent than if you had thrown a 1.75 nozzle on a 3D printer extruder, hot and hit go. Yeah,
generally when you're extruding filament, you're gonna need like a foot long.
Okay, that's it.
Auger.
That's all the comments. That's literally it. Only 1,600. That's really low. Yeah, so they're obviously not getting much traction. So yeah, I mean, this doesn't really show anything. I could make this, like, you can see the edge of like a nozzle here. Like they could have easily faked this just to put this together really quick. Like that's it. Oh, and the company, that OO company that like is listed on their site, they said they only did their website, because I actually tried contacting them. They canceled our meeting, but they said I'd need to contact Make with Loop. They only did Loop's website. They did not design the product. They only did their website.
Yeah, but didn't you do some searching and found that they're connected? They were somehow connected?
No, I did not. I did not get that far. Can you guys hear the audio from this?
This is not the video I planned on putting out this week, but a couple of nights ago, as I was wrapping up my review.
So I have the Qidi X Max 3, which has been a good printer. So, but apparently the new ones, the SSRs,
Review of
are
the
melting.
Qidi Plus 4. I happened to see a retweet from Nero.
If you guys don't know, this is Daniel from ModBot.
That was a safety
he's a
PSA
cool guy.
about the Plus 4.
Yeah,
Generally speaking, I try to avoid all other content on the machine I'm reviewing because I want to come to my own conclusions based on my own experience. But when it comes to something that's safety related, those rules go out the window. This retweet was from a stream that Grant from 3D Musketeers did
Blech.
on the Plus 4. In this stream, Grant checked how much power the machine was drawing with the chamber heater and bed, and then he popped open the back of the printer to take a look at the electronics. One thing he looked at was the SSR board for the AC chamber heater.
SSR just
Yeah.
looks kind of janky.
Yeah, that's why not just use a regular freaking SSR though? That's what I don't get. Like we literally have been selling SSRs for years and never had one fucking fail. Like, why are they using these janky ass shitty ones here?
It's not good.
He hooked up the temperature probe of
It's
his multimeter
bad.
to a pair of coils
Real
on the
bad.
board.
It's
When he
actually
powered
bad.
on the
It's
chamber
it's
heater,
bad.
it climbed to north of 150 Celsius before he killed the power. After seeing this video, I did some of my own investigation.
Let's see.
What I found was very concerning. A week prior, someone had posted a YouTube video of their Plus 4 with smoke coming from that same board, along with a few posts of multiple others experiencing the exact same thing. The chamber heater is rated at up to 400 watts, but I've now seen multiple reports of it drawing north of 500 watts. I've been using this printer now for a couple
they could have had a batch of heaters that were out of spec and drawing too much power. That could also be it.
months.
Well, they
and
released like a
multiple
firmware
kilograms
fix
of filament
for
through it
which
with the chamber
It'll
heater
probably
at
limit the
5 Celsius,
PWM.
with a lot of these being
Yeah,
large
it just
batches
limits
that
the
I
max
even ran
power.
overnight without any
Which would
obvious
fix it.
issues.
But the
I
proper
decided
thing
to
would be,
remove the cover from the
like,
SSR board
to have
and
a
take
properly
look
rated
at my
SSR.
own. What I found was discoloring and what looks
Yeah,
like
his
burning
is.
on the right
You can see. Look right here. You can even see. I hope he points this out. You can see this is deformed right here. Like that is clearly deformed from overheating.
side of the pair of coils. This is terrifying, and while I don't know how bad it could have gotten, I have no desire to find out. After doing further digging, this seems to be an issue specifically with machines running on.
Do you guys know why it's not a big deal why it's not going to happen on the 220, 240?
Because it's half
Like,
the wattage.
It's
Or
half.
not
It's the
half, but-
amperage. It's the amperage. So the amperage is less.
Yeah.
That's why. So when you have the voltage in order to make up the wattage difference, which is actually probably why they're using this. It's probably a dual voltage compatible SSR, which helps with production. But yeah, that's not
on
great.
120 volts due to an incorrect config pushing far too much current through this board. The thing that I find most concerning is that this has clearly been known for well over a week, and as far as I can tell, Qidi has not reached out to anybody proactively. It wasn't
work.
until I replied to the tweet stating that I had just checked mine and saw it appeared burnt that they contacted me that night telling me to update my firmware and that they would send out a new board. This
Okay,
is the type of thing that
here's what I think they're doing. They might just be running a 220 volt, or no. Hang on, let me think about this. If it's pulling too much, they probably are relying on the software to regulate the power going to it instead of just having. In my opinion, it should be stuff that's properly spec that if it goes wide open and full on, it stays within spec because you have the proper part in there. Not trying to use one part across all the voltages and then dealing with headaches like this. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not putting a 220 bed on, or like it'd be like putting a 12 volt bed on a 24 volt printer and then just setting the max power on that heater output to 50%. Well, if that software ever fails or is updated or changed, well, then you're going to be drawing over double the amperage that you would normally be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and if somebody messes up or doesn't know what they're doing and adjusts it,
yeah, exactly.
Advance through proper QC testing before the printer was ever released. What I have isn't a beta version, and many of the people describing these issues are people that just bought this printer at launch. Qidi should have put out a statement on all of their social media channels and reached out to everybody that had one of these printers, but the way it's been handled so far can only be described as negligent. While their current solution is to update the firmware and replace it with a new board, I've still seen a few claims that the new board is susceptible to similar issues, and at the very least gets warmer than what is considered comfortable. My plan is going to be completely replacing this SSR board.
Daniel, do not buy these. I have bought these before and they have shitty. Yeah, I see that. If you crack them open 9 times out of 10, they don't have the actual chip in them. That's why we have our own that are actually rated at 25 amps. Don't buy SSRs on Amazon.
Units that I've used on many of my Voron printers and other kit printer builds. Qidi claims that the worst that can happen is one of the coils on this board breaking, and that it's
the worst that can
fire
happen
hazard,
when there's
that
videos
is
of
not
them
something
smoking.
that I'm willing to take a chance on. While my initial review was largely a positive one before this information came to light,
The Qidi
my
printers have
current
been pretty
recommendation
good.
is to avoid this
Yeah,
machine
generally they're
altogether
not
until
too
we are all clear that
problematic.
this issue has been resolved.
Yeah.
For anyone that already purchased one of these, if you are on 120 volts, do not use that chamber heater and reach out to Qidi Tech directly. This year has really been one with printers just being pushed out the door with clearly not enough QC testing being done. It's not.
Yeah, that's how it used to be. I guess we're going back to that. So
Well, yeah, everybody's trying to catch up to Bamboo.
yeah, stay away from the +4. I wouldn't buy it until they have everything fixed. I'm not impressed with how they're handling it. Which
Yeah, they really need to contact all the customers who bought one.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you need to update the firmware. Oh, even mine
Basically.
is set to 80% max power on my chamber heater. That's right.
Yeah. Yep. So Qidi Tech +4. Stay away from it till further notice. So.
Please work.
All right. Let's see. FL Sun and Flashforge, aka How to Speedrun Getting Blacklisted by Real Review Channels. So they're paying for good reviews, which actually didn't the FTC just passed new laws about that. In addition, I'd like to kindly remind you that we hope this review is relatively positive. We can pay you a cooperation fee for this. Okay. Let's look at the comments here. Have you tried the Jack? Wait, so
This is a bot comment. There's like a ton of these comments on his channel, Maker's Muse, after he just did a video.
Hey, Flashboards, this has you blacklisted now. Good work. All right, let's see what this video is. I've seen this guy before. He looks familiar.
Yeah,
it's becoming
made a few
more
good
and more
videos.
difficult to know what you
Can you guys hear it?
and can't trust on the internet. There's a heap of AI-generated content that's flooding social media, a wave of bot comments spreading misinformation, deceitful marketing tactics being employed by companies, and a generation of product reviewers that are being heavily influenced by external sources.
Yeah, I actually just watched a video yesterday that was about the Spotify car dock and hacking that, and literally it has a paid placement from Bamboo pushing the A1, and there's no mention that it's a paid placement. Yeah,
it's becoming a real problem because the internet is where most people go to seek out information, educate themselves on a topic, and crowdsource opinions before they formulate their own. But if you don't know what's real and what's not, there's a good chance you'll draw conclusions based on false pretenses.
Yeah, and for the record, Ator, you've been oh, Tor walked away. I'm the only one here. They're both just sitting here. Emerson's dicking with his filament. Like I've heard of companies offering to pay for reviews. I don't think we've ever gotten one. We've never been paid to do a review. In fact, most of our videos in the last 6 years at least we've been buying the printers ourselves. We have not been, well, I can't even remember the last printer we were given for free. Like maybe it was the belt printer, and that was only because Naomi Wu got Crayola to send one to us to test. I think that was the last printer we got for free from a manufacturer.
There's actually another belt printer coming out that's running Clipper that I'm kind of interested
in. I saw that because I'm trying to think. So I got a TiVo Tarantula from Banggood, and they were pissed off that I didn't give it that great a review. I mean, it was okay for the time. It was just a decent, cheap printer. And then Anycubic sent me their Delta, which that was actually a pretty decent little machine, even though I don't like Deltas. It printed great. And then I'm trying to think. Oh, do you remember the Gecko Core XY? How pissed they got when I built it and the thing was a steaming pile of shit, and then they basically tried attacking us and it blew up in their face. Do you remember that shitty printer? Yeah, that was a really shitty printer. That ran one of those Lurge boards. And then I know ANET sent us their E10, I think. And then
I wouldn't waste my money on a Prusa XL. Aren't they still having problems with those stupid things?
I have no idea. I don't follow the Prusa market. I'm trying to think. The AlphaWise U10, which I think Banggood or one of the companies, Chinese companies, not the manufacturer, one of the resellers sent us. But that was back in at least 2018 or later. We haven't gotten any printers from any manufacturers or resellers in over 5, maybe 6
We're probably
years.
blacklisted because we actually give honest reviews.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell people that it's great. I mean, I remember like there was a Tron. I think I bought the Tron XY. I can't remember. There's a video on the channel. I tell people if we got them, but basically everything since I moved out here to Indiana, which is in 2018, we haven't had any free printers sent to us. So we've either bought them, people have given them to us because they just were done with them.
Like
Yeah,
water
so-
bamboos. I bought the S308 myself.
Oh, I take that back. There was one, and it was the only one they sent us, and they hated it. The bluer, the Two Trees bluer. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
I take that back because I did that when my desk was over here, and they got fucking pissed. They got fucking absolutely pissed. Like they were. I mean, it was a shit printer. They didn't even have the YN stop lined up correctly. Like, you know, it's crazy. I think that's unless you guys can remember. I think that was the only.
Most of
I think
them
that was the only
ourselves.
one. Yeah, we've literally bought printers ourselves. Like, and the reason we do that is literally because of you guys buying stuff from our shop. This whole reason we can do this channel where we can do these hangouts and videos, and like, yeah, we use the YouTube channel for some of our products, but for most of our content is us just, you know, hanging out and covering news like this stream, or just hanging out working on printers. Like, we do that because of our shop. So if you guys want to support us, you can go and just if you don't want to buy stuff, you can be a YouTube member. But most like 90+% of our funding comes from people buying stuff from our shop, whether it's filament or fans or upgrades or whatever. We've got tons of stuff. So if you guys want to support us, that's the way to do it. We don't have Patreon. I think the YouTube membership is the only thing we have that's kind of like that. And you get emojis. You get a comment emoji when you're a YouTube member. Who's being needy today?
My cats
He
are all
misses
sleeping
me.
on the
That's
bed.
why.
Yeah, he can't even hear you. Don't flatter yourself. And now Remo's getting jealous that I'm playing with Comet. So, yeah. All right, let's get back into this. Let's see.
This is becoming increasingly evident in the realm of 3D printer reviews. As reviewers, our job is to communicate the positive and negative attributes of our product, so you, as a viewer, can formulate an informed opinion on whether or
There's
not
Bruce
the product
Echo.
is good and whether you'd like to spend your hard-earned money on it. As a consumer, it's your prerogative to seek out as much information as you can before making a purchasing decision. It's not enough just to read the product specs or look at the marketing material from the manufacturer, because this rarely reflects the actual usage experience of the product. So many people turn to YouTube to seek out opinions from what should be an objective third party. They watch the video, take note of the pros and cons, then go to the comment section to see what the consensus is.
Yeah, that's kind of what I do too. I look at the comment section stuff. Like
Neurotech does.
yeah. Yeah, Aurora Tech, I don't know if that's the one with the little girl. I'm like, either her parents are making her do it or she
It's her
genuinely
and her
likes doing
brother.
it. Like, yeah, it's an interesting setup.
The poor thing when she had to review the laser pecker.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Was
oh
it not
no.
good? Was it
No,
not
just
good?
seeing like a very young Asian girl have to constantly repeat the word pecker. I'm just like, oh, you should have skipped this one.
But what if the content isn't objective? Well, someone in the comments will usually call that out, so at least you know you may not be hearing the full truth.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. There's a lot of reviewers that, like, I can't remember. I don't know what country he's from. He's not from the U.S., but he's got a really thick accent, and he's reviewed some printers and given them really high ratings that are absolute dog shit printers. Like, and the reason is, you guys got to realize, especially if they have affiliate links for those printers,
A affiliate link and B company or
yeah.
whoever's paying them.
And just so you guys know, like, and I literally have receipts to back this up. I can actually pull it up. So, like, you guys, everybody here, basically, almost everybody is familiar with the guy named Joel Telling, right? Well, you think Joel Telling does a lot of videos just because it's fun, right? And he doesn't push products because they're, you know, he just has interest in them and he wants to make content. He makes thousands of dollars off of
Oh, he's a
like mentioning product.
douche. He's a
Like, hang on, and I'm gonna
Wow.
back this up because I don't like making claims. Like, if I tell you something, I'll tell you if it's like, oh, this is something I heard, versus I have actual evidence of it. Hang on, let me see. Archive done. I think this was in 2018. So I'm sure his prices have gone up more. Hang on.
He's not a bad guy, but he's making money out of it.
And it's not here. It's not a little bit of money either. Here, I will show you. This is from October 15th, 2018. So I had just sent him an email. I said, hang on here. Let me share this because, like I said, I don't want people to go, oh, how do you know this? And like, oh, here's the receipts right here. This is from 2018. So, I said here, I was like, just basically say, like, I can't remember what video it was, but it's probably like him like getting up and scaled up. So I was just like trying to reach out. Like, we carry a bunch of different products, like maybe a little ad spot. We also send you stuff to check out you can use on the machine you have. I don't care if you have other computing companies on the channel unlike the deal you had with Matter Hackers before, because Matter Hackers, I can't remember if he told this in person, but he couldn't promote any other companies. So so his standard fee just for this video sponsored is $1,100 per video. This is in 2018. Okay. So then this is a standard fee letter. We can negotiate and discuss from there. So this is what he sends out here. This video is sponsored by $1,100. The first video is a great example of a product showcase. A showcase is a video dedicated to a product or service. A dedicated video starts at $3,500 for a video, for a dedicated video, starts at. And then a 30-second advertising will be $1,600 per video. So this, I don't know which one this is. Let's see what this is. So hang on, let's share this because he does have this marked as paid promotion. I don't know if he did when he sent it, but like,
what's going on?
Like, this is
What's
like
happening?
a printer.
Yeah,
review.
this is a different location. I'm at Matter Hackers
looks
down
like
here in
a
Southern California
printer
doing a
review.
visit for a meetup. Just back from SolidWorks World.
I don't want to get copyright struck. So, but like, this is like a review of the printer and stuff. Like, so they paid him to do this video. I want to hear if he says that it's a paid.
And I've always
promotion.
wanted to take a look.
I know
and
he
use
had
the
it's gone. There was a thing.
3D printer.
There was a thing up here that said includes paid promotion, but it's gone now.
Rather than having one at my overcrowded house, I thought I would get some prints done here at Matter Hackers and then tell you about the machine. So, well, I'm Joel. This is
Okay, so how he just introduced that, it sounds like he's just there to use the printer.
Hey, I just randomly showed up and I'm gonna try out this printer.
They didn't pay for my flight, my
Okay.
hotel.
Let's see.
Whoa, what? What's
Whoa,
going on?
what's
happening? Yeah, this is
whoa.
a different location. I'm at Matter Hackers down here in Southern California doing a visit for a
Asshole.
meetup. Just back from SolidWorks World, and I've always wanted to take a look and use the Peopoly Moai SLA 3D printer. Rather than having one at my overcrowded house, I thought I would get some prints done here at Matter Hackers and then tell you about the machine. So, well, I'm Joel. This is 3D Printing Nerd.
Not a single mention that he's being paid to do this. Right? Am I wrong?
That was probably before a lot of people were getting in big trouble for it.
Let's see. Hang on. Let's go after the
Printing
intro
Nerd
here.
is sponsored by Matter Hackers.
Okay, so it's sponsored by
This
Matter.
episode of 3D Printing Nerd is sponsored by Matter Hackers. Ah, there you are.
Is this whole
Peopoly
video,
Moai 3D
like,
printer is an SLA
let's see if
based
he-
3D
if they
printer,
paid
meaning
him.
it has pew 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 lasers and it can create models of incredible accuracy and detail. It's phenomenal. It's got a build area of 130 by 130 by 180 on the Z axis, and the laser point is 70 microns. We're used to 3D printers that might normally come with a 0.5 or 150 milliwatts. Yes, it has 405 nanometer neurons, 0.2. Your build plate
Where is that he says
instead of
that-
sitting
oh, here's
here
his
is
final
SLA
thought.
based,
Let's
so
see.
you're dealing with resin, and that can be messy. But
I want to
sometimes,
see if he
depending on
said
what you
they.
wanna print,
So
that
yes,
mess
this video said
is
it was sponsored by Matter Hackers, but like, he sent this to me as a thing saying this is an example of a dedicated video. Okay, this is what he linked me.
I think that's
Totally
the only
worth
thing
it,
he's going to say.
especially if you're doing right now. Because I'm filming this video, Matter Hackers has authorized me to say the fully assembled Moai is actually $16.95 right now. It's $300 less than the normal price. How if that $16.95 price is still available? If you want to put it together yourself, though, and you don't want to ship a laser, Hackers links are in the description. I think I already told you for bringing me down and allowing me to film in their
they brought
house.
him down.
You can always buy the kit at $12.95, and that's available at the link in the description as well. Well, a big thanks for Matter Hackers for bringing me down and allowing me to film in their wonderful space. Again,
okay, right here, bring me down and allowing me to film in the space. This sounds like they're doing him a favor. There's no mention that, hey, Matter Hackers paid me thousands of dollars to make this video on this product they sell. And this shouldn't, and this is an overly positive review because I'm trying to sell these printers for them. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Moai is available from Matter Hackers. Links are in the description. I think I
He's
already
a
told you that,
reputable guy,
but it
Tim.
doesn't
Leave
hurt
him
to
alone.
reiterate something awesome. Hey, you know what? Thanks for.
Yeah. So again, like once I saw that email from him, it completely changed on how I view all of his content, because I'm like, okay, this didn't say that this is a paid, like, yes, Matter Hackers was a sponsor for his channel. So this video sponsored by Matter Hackers, he had that in it for a while because they were a channel sponsor. But what he's not saying is they also then, not only they're sponsoring the channel because they have that little, this is sponsored by Matter Hackers. They don't have here saying this is a paid promotion of this printer. Like Matter Hackers flew me out and paid me to make a dedicated video review on this printer. That's where I started to have a problem with it. Because if somebody, like, one, I don't know if I'd even do it, but let's say I did. Let's say, Crowley, like, hey, we're going to pay you, we want you to make a really nice video detailing the K2. I would make sure that, hey, this is a video that Creality paid us to do this video. We're going over all the points. We're going to cover the pros and the cons. This is a video that they paid us to do a dedicated video on, like something along those lines, saying, hey, we were paid, money changed hands, not just we're sponsoring the channel, because that's different than sponsoring an entire video, right? Or am I wrong? And chat, feel free to chime in. I'm also talking to you guys, not just Emerson and Tor here.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
Yeah. Chat, quit being lazy.
Yeah, like there's a difference
fuckers.
between a company that sponsors all the videos because they're the current sponsor for whatever channel, and a company paying for an entire video to be made on a product that they push. Like, in this case, this video had both. It had that this video is sponsored by, and he literally said this video is sponsored by the first. This first is a mention after the title showing the company name and logo and mentioning this video is sponsored by company. Like, yeah. I mean, would I go to a Home Shopping Network for an honest review? No, I would. But I don't consider the review. That's a sales video. This is formatted like a review of the printer, because he says he's been wanting to play with it, and they let him use it, let him film. Like, it makes it seem like they're doing him a favor by letting him play with this printer at their shop. Yeah. Right.
He worded everything in a very deceptive way, and then of course he waits until the very last 45 seconds of the video.
Well, he's telling you where you can get it.
But I'm saying, well, no, he did say at the very beginning this video sponsored by, but no.
But all his videos from that era were sponsored by Matter Hackers.
Right,
I mentioned that in the email. He had an exclusive deal back then with them. They were the only 3D printing company that could sponsor his channels, and all of his videos had this video sponsored by Matter Hackers at the beginning from that era, because they were paying him. They were his main sponsor, and the deal was you could not have any other sponsors while we're a sponsor. That was a brand deal he worked out with them. So, but the point I'm trying to make is, like, I can't look at his videos now and be like, is this an actual review, or is this a fluff piece to sell printers that's portraying itself as a review?
Right.
Like, what was the actual title of this? Let me see. Preview of the Peopoly Moai SLA laser SLA resin printer 3D printer Matter Hackers.
It's like the Moai.
I'm looking in the description here. There's nothing showing that this video, like that this was a paid promotion video. There's that little thing that pops up when YouTube starts. February 25th, 2018.
I think that was before a lot of people were starting to get in trouble for not fully disclosing.
Well, and here too, like people are clearly thinking this is a review. We need more reviews for SLA and DLP printers. So this guy clearly thinks this is a review because he's saying we need more reviews. Like, watching this 3 years on, just bought a new Moai. I'm curious. The best videos come out of the studio in a long time. Okay.
No, he's saying it's the best video that's come out of the Matter Hacker studio.
Oh, fair enough.
They probably haven't made good videos out of it.
Okay, Joel, you had me at pew pew pew. I just snagged a Moai kit using your affiliate link.
Bot.
Yeah.
Well, that company is not even really around anymore, it looks like.
I don't know if they are. I'm just seeing what I was hoping you would review this machine. It's my next purchase. So this guy thinks it's just a regular review. Yeah, anyways, like you got to be careful. So let's we've got a minute 34 and I've gone off on fucking tangents. So all right.
The volume's off.
Oh, you can't hear it?
No.
Okay, hang on, let me reshare it. Something probably happened when I was
yeah, but most
we need a
it says
Jamie.
preview, so people it's not a review.
I guess.
Right, because I wasn't born yesterday. But yeah, most people are still gonna see it as a review.
Yeah.
It seems like a review.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the problem. And who the hell said that? SKL. You're giving people too much credit.
Yeah, a lot of people are not. They don't think critically enough to.
No, just you can stop there. Most people just don't.
They don't think enough. Like
they don't think.
Okay.
I mean, look at me. I bought a rat rig.
Really?
Perfect example of someone who doesn't think.
When are you going to do that?
So I have some good news.
Is that a garbage can you just pulled up?
It was. I'm trying to clean my shithole of a shop.
Oh, I thought you were going to put that into. I thought you were going to put that into for the rat rig. I thought you said the rat rig was in here.
No, God, no! It wouldn't fit in that tiny little trash can. It has not only because I sent Hector a text I think yesterday. I'm like, hey, what's the word on that container? Has it sniffed the stank of New York soil yet? He's like, actually, I just got notice like a day or so ago that he got the invoice, which means it's now past customs. So
okay.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah,
hopefully.
I mean it's in a container, so that now requires the logistics of getting a carrier to come and pick the container up from the the port, getting it down to Florida, blah 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 blah. So it's in this country. It's in this country.
I was actually talking to Hector earlier because I was going over some. We had some issues with one of the bearings on one of the kits, and we were getting that squared away because one of our customers purchased it from him before we carried him, and the bearings went out. So he's making it all right, including covering the labor and stuff.
Yeah, no,
so
dude, Hector's
awesome. He's a good person. Anyways, let's try to go back and watch this. All right, let's see.
Confirm the biases, or worse yet, discredit any legitimate concern.
FL is the greatest
and
ever.
Sing the praises of a flawed product.
Hold up, shit like that. I'm gonna put on my design prototype test hat here. Comments like that are all over about the Prusa printers. That's all I'm going to say.
Product. If that's the case,
I'm gonna go get
it might
water.
be
I can
because
still
the
hear
comments
myself.
weren't left by other viewers, but rather the company whose product the review concerns, or an army of bots that work on their behalf. If this situation sounds familiar, it might be because you were privy to the ongoings surrounding the launch of the FLSun S1. FLSun put some outrageous claims in their marketing, which were quickly discredited by any reputable reviewers. In turn, a subset of those reviewers had their comment section flooded by bots, explaining away any shortcomings of the product. Most notably, James from Cloud42. He put out a video addressing the situation, calling out FL Sun for deceitful practices. So why does this matter, and why are we talking about it today? Well, FL Sun just released a new printer, the T1 Pro. It's a successor to the T1 that was only just released a short while ago.
Why are these companies doing fucking renders? Like, can you guys just post videos or pictures of your actual product, please? Like,
because it's fancy.
I know
I know they could probably make their printers cheaper if they just released actual videos instead of spending all the money on like digital.
I know,
renders.
like just fucking renders. How many of you guys in chat are here are tired of like the renders and want to see actual products, like actual videos and photos of products? Because I'm tired of the renders, like for everything. Like, how many of you guys are tired of renders and want to see actual videos and actual photos of the actual product? I'm waiting to see what chat says. And apparently I got to order more unscented dish soap for the baby stuff. Bueller.
I would not only like to see an actual product when they announce it, but when they launch it, it needs to be available to the consumer. I know you've never heard me say that before. That's a new stance I'm coming down with, but
I wonder why you have that stance now. Hey Tor, I noticed sometimes you go behind your mic like this. I was like, we could do a bit where you're like Wilson from Home Improvement, where you never show your full face. It's always just behind the microphone, just a little bit, just like this, so you only see this. You should print a fence and put it on the other side of the mic. You should print a little fence.
Yeah.
You know, like print a fence on the mic.
Where is it? Do I have ground film that I could use?
Oh.
Some wood
What
filament?
makes it pro, you ask? Well, they made it quieter.
What makes it pro?
And upgraded the motherboard to fix some of the surface artifacts that were previously present. So that's all well and good. They've taken feedback from their user base and applied it to make the product better. But while they've learned some lessons in product design, the marketing department still appears to be up to their old tricks. This short from The Next Layer showcasing the T1 Pro has a variety of comments that are highly suspicious.
Cheers.
According to one commenter,
yeah, I
FL Sun
think
will
so.
change history. And apparently 17 people agree with him, including this commenter that left a reply saying so. This is just one example of multiple comments that were left on this one
Samantha
video singing the praises of FL Sun
F9N.
and the T1. So it seems that rather than learning their lesson after they got caught with their hand in the cookie jar, they've doubled down, moving on from bot comments to bot replies and bot likes. For an informed viewer like me, I see these as nothing more than a petty attempt to establish a false narrative of positive press. But to a regular consumer, especially someone new to the hobby, there's a real risk that they'll take these comments at face value and genuinely have their opinion be swayed. I think we can agree this is a real problem. It starts with FL Sun, but if it's effective for them, why wouldn't other companies do it too? So that's a bad situation. But there's a deeper issue that originates with the content itself, not just the comment section. FL Sun reached out to me and asked if I was interested in reviewing the T1 Pro.
Maze Tor, has FL Sun reached out to us yet? No. Just Trustpilot for the millionth time.
I've seen them do like the Facebook review stuff. Like you buy it on Amazon, put a review on Amazon page, and then they send you your money back on PayPal. Like I've seen them do that stuff before.
I've gotten that. It was big for a while in like Discord and on Reddit. Don't get me wrong, I participated.
It's still really active in Facebook. I
see
it all the time.
We will have I will show an update on the Trustpilot stuff here.
We'll save that for
the I'll remember to run the rant stuff, but yeah, they've further they won't delete our page and they further mess it. We'll yeah.
They sent over a lengthy contract document that I needed to sign enforcing certain terms and conditions. These included 1. Review a video prior to posting. The content could only be published after approval, and if not approved, revisions needed to be made
Two
before
trees
resubmission.
tried to fucking pull that with us. I was
Imagine
like, hey buddies, it's a fucking live stream. There's no approving a live stream.
all of the effort required to produce a decent, honest review, only to be told that you can't publish it because your findings aren't favorable.
Yeah.
2. Content rights and usage. By agreeing to the review, you were granting FLSun a royalty-free worldwide license to use, reproduce, and redistribute the content. By agreeing to this, you're putting your reputation at stake. They could easily take your honest review, edit out any critiques, and use it in their marketing material, making you look like a shill. What's even more problematic is this sentence in the body of the email. In addition, I would like to kindly remind you that we hope this review is relatively positive. We can pay you a cooperation fee for this. We highly appreciate your channel and respect your decision. So needless to say, I couldn't agree to do the review under those terms. When I pushed back on this,
oh man, well, he should have just agreed to him because they're in fucking China. What are they gonna do?
Yeah.
He should have got he could have got a printer and just said, fuck it, I'm gonna do what I want. They're in China, they have no presence in the US. Like, I'm assuming he's in the US. He's either in the US or Canada. You can tell by the outlets. Look at the outlets. They're like the normal outlets, not the weird European shit. So he's either in the US or Canada. Like, I would sign everything, like, right, like, you know,
I mean,
yeah, you sign my name is like Dick Johnson or something like that.
It's shit, and their other printers are probably going to be the same.
Yeah, at least burn them a little bit.
This is what I was told. We have specific promotional goals that require the content to be more controlled. And unfortunately, this means we won't be moving forward with the collaboration.
Oh, okay. So because he actually wants to be honest. Yeah, I know that feel, bro, because we literally don't get printers anymore because we're too brutally honest and I don't want to sell you guys shit. Like, so if you want to see us doing more printer reviews, buy some stuff from our shop, become a YouTube channel member so we can keep doing this, like, legitimately. Smash that like, subscribe button.
Soon. And I've seen some stuff on the K2 that.
Yeah, we bought that. I spent almost I think it was close to $1,000 with tax and bought it out of our own pocket.
So you won't be seeing a review of the FLSun T1 Pro on my channel. And for any reviews you do watch, I encourage you to be highly skeptical. But the issue.
So I'm going to tell you, if they reach out to us, I'm going to agree to all their terms and just ignore all of them. So unless they watch this video, which they probably won't, but if they do, I will agree and then just do whatever the fuck I want because you're in China. Good fucking luck.
Yeah.
Good fucking luck. Go ahead, try it soon.
No,
I don't
you're
give
not
a fuck.
going to send us another printer.
Oh no, you're not going to send us another printer. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, they'll get a cool. I'll give them exclusive rights to use the video of it being blown up by Tannerite after we're done with the review. They can use that.
We still need to open up the
issue of biases in reviews is bigger than just FLSun. As reviewers, we receive products for free in exchange for making videos. Given that, it's impossible to be completely unbiased. Now,
okay, I have to call bullshit on here because how many times have I gotten printers for free and have completely just shit on them because they were shit products? To be honest, printers to me don't really have any monetary value. I don't give a fuck. I'm doing it to go through them and just make a fun video going over them, whether it's good or bad. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think maybe if you're somebody in a different, now I'm in a different position where I don't rely on the printer income, right? So if I don't make any sales on the printers, whether it's a shit review or a good review, I generally don't care because anything we get from any affiliate links, if we even put them in there to begin with, I don't care. We don't count on that revenue. So I don't care if I got a printer for free or I bought it, I'm reviewing it the same way. Maybe I'm different.
If I had T1 Pro and bring it to review it, promise not to break
it. I won't break. Okay, I will only do that. I will only blow up the printer if they send it to me. I will not blow up your printer.
Thanks for becoming a member, Trustpilot.
Well, Emerson just bought one.
No, something before that.
Oh, off. Why didn't it bring the thing? It said he gave me 99 cents Canadian. Is that like 25 cents American? I have no idea what the exchange rate is.
It's like 60, but close.
Oh, okay.
The exchange rate is not good.
It's not great.
71 cents.
Naturally, there's an inclination
to sugarcoat
or explain away any negative findings, so as to not permanently damage the relationship with the brand.
See, I understand what he's saying here, and I know there are definitely people that will sugarcoat things or just omit things that are negative because they don't want to ruin that, because they don't have the ability to go buy printers for their channel. I get it. It's still fucking wrong, and if you have any shred of integrity, you should be honest with your fucking viewers, because like there's, I don't know, I have no problem. Again, like we've been blacklisted from so many places. Like I just don't give a shit. I'm gonna buy, you don't want me making a video being honest about it, I'm just gonna buy it, and if you somehow block us, I'll just have somebody else buy it and send it to me. Like I will still get a hold of the printer. Like, like
there's plenty of retailers that won't know not to send it to us. So.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what they say, don't bite the hand that feeds. Now, there are some established reviewers that do a great job of striking the balance between overt positivity and brutal honesty.
Joel Telling is Mr. Overt Positivity, which is one of the reasons I don't like watching his stuff.
Except
anymore.
for the Orange Farm gig.
Awesome. High five, guys!
Well, and that's the thing. Joel Telling reminds me of like the creepy youth pastor that's like overly friendly, and then it comes out that he was just a complete like perv.
I have no idea.
That's what Joel Telling reminds me of. I just get creepy vibes.
Have we ever accepted a printer review knowing I'll shit on it? I don't think we have. I think it literally just happens during. That's why we do live streams
when we get them.
Yeah, like I'm never getting a printer expecting it to be shit. Hang on. Actually, it wasn't a review printer. I bought a printer on AliExpress knowing it was going to be shit. Do you remember the wood frame printer? Do you remember that one? But we bought it. We were given it. But no, we actually haven't gotten a printer with the intention of shitting on it. We have not. Aside from that one AliExpress printer that we bought because we set a ridiculously low budget, bought a bunch of shit from AliExpress, and then built a crappy printer. But that was the intention. And we bought it. They didn't send it to us. All right, let's see.
But for smaller channels that are new to the space, it can be difficult to walk this line. When you're
you guys
first
have to walk
contacted
this
by a
line.
brand
Unless you have
and
no
offered a free
fucking
printer,
integrity.
it's incredibly exciting. But it's all too easy to get caught up in the excitement and produce a piece of content that is overwhelmingly positive, even when the product has shortcomings. You'd be surprised
you should
how
highlight the
early
shortcomings.
on in a YouTuber's journey they start getting contacted by brands.
Here's the other thing. How many times have I, like, during, like, a live stream where we're doing, like, a review or an unboxing or whatever you want to call it. We're just going to call it a review because that's basically what it is. How many times have I been, like, towards the end, I'm sitting here, okay, what does this cost? What are the shit we have to deal with, okay? And for me, and I think a lot of people are like this, is how much shit do I have to deal with versus what did I pay for? Because if I'm paying like nothing, right? We're talking like under $300. Yeah, like $100 ender, or like even a big printer for $300. I'm willing to not overlook, but I'm willing to say, hey, this stuff sucks on it. However, you are still getting a lot of machine for this money, right? Like it's still a good value. Is it a good printer? No, it's not a good printer, but can you make it a good printer? And is it worth putting the money into? Like that's how I look at it, as like, is this worth what you get? Can you easily fix its shortcomings? You know, maybe it's got a shitty layer fan, or, you know, it's got, you know, a crappy bed that's like, you know, doesn't heat up super hot. Like all this stuff can be upgraded. But like, if I'm getting a printer for $1,000, I'm not willing to overlook a lot of stuff, right? At all. Like, but if I'm in the sub $300 price range, or if it's a big printer, I'm in the $500 price range. I'm like, okay, like the core of the machine is pretty good. Like, yeah. Right, but like there's a balance of how much are you paying versus what are you getting, and how much more work are you gonna have to put into it to get it to be a really good machine. And that's how I look at every single machine that comes through the door here, you know. And I bought some machines that are just dog shit. I've also got some machines. Actually, I take it back. I think the last one we got for free from review was that Tina 2, and that was a very surprise. Tor, why does your video keep cutting out?
Because I'm eating.
Oh, you can just mute your mic. I don't give a shit if you're eating. As long as you're just not like, yeah, Tina 2 was actually the last one we got for free. And that was actually a pleasantly good little printer, like legitimately good little printer. Like I was surprised by it, but I didn't get it thinking it was going to be shit. I got it because like, okay, this is interesting. It's a lower cost printer. It's supposed to be easy to use, and it actually lived up to the expectations. Like I actually liked it so much that I bought another one and did some modifications on it and then gave it to a friend of mine. Like, you know, but again, that's the one line I walk of, hey, I'm going to tell you what stuff is shit on it. And sometimes there's a lot of stuff. And sometimes there's like, oh, this is little nitpicks. Like, oh, it works fine. You know, like, but if I'm paying a lot of money for a printer, I expect more out of it. If I'm paying less for a printer, I expect a little less out of it. I'm willing to put up with more crap. That's just my methodology. You know, you guys can have your own, but that's how I look at things. So, but he is absolutely right about, especially when you're a smaller channel, if this is just a hobby for you and you're trying to do this for fun, you might not have $500, $600, $700 or $1,000 or even $300 to go buy a printer or do a review. And I think it's absolute shit that these companies punish people for being honest. And I'm not going to defend people where, like, clearly, you know, because I've seen videos where someone's complaining. Right. If they don't know how to run the fucking printer or assemble it correctly. Right. The company has every right to be like, dude, you need to take this down because you fucked this and this up. Like, right. But if it's genuine criticism, it's valid. Like, it's not hard. Is it valid or not? Like, is this printer fucked up in the way he's saying it's fucked up? Is it designed poorly? Like, it's objective, right? It's not really opinion. It's like facts. You know, like, hey, like properly terminating your wires. That's a fact. Right? You need to have properly terminated wires. And for the many, many years, printers never properly terminated their wires and they would burn the terminals up. That was a fact. That wasn't just my opinion of me preferring one termination over the other. It's the fact that there's a good, wrong way to do it and a right way to do it. Right? You know, it'd be like arguing of flipping the polarity on a DC power supply. Like, there's a wrong way to do it and there's a right way to do it. You know, shit like that. All right, let's see if we can get back through this. It's the longest 9-minute video.
Well is enough to have multiple emails in your inbox, even if you don't have that many subscribers. I think I had maybe around 1,000 when I was first contacted by an affiliate marketing company on behalf of Qidi Tech, offering to send me the X Smart 3. Prior to that, I was producing videos on my own terms, without any obligations to a third party. But as problematic as it can be to only consume content from young, impressionable channels, there's also an issue with only relying on content from established channels. The review scene is a rat race. There's always a rush to be among the first to post. A reviewer might spend only 1 or 2 weeks with a printer before publishing the review. Any longer, and they'll miss the sweet spot for maximum views when the printer is still new and exciting. This means that many flaws get overlooked, especially those that only start to appear after extended use. Take, for example, the Qidi Plus 4. Many reviews were posted on day 1 of its release, but since then, many issues have come to light. There's issues with the bearings in the tool head, with the hot end being prone to clogging, and a potential fire hazard with the chamber heater relay.
Yep. Oh, there we go.
Things that the early reviewers weren't aware of because they just hadn't put enough hours on the machine.
Yep.
Unfortunately, videos can't easily be edited after posting. So if you're seeking out a review of the Plus 4 today, you'll still be served the same overwhelmingly positive ones. The established channels have already moved on to the next big thing. It's usually the smaller channels with lower production value that put out update videos explaining their new findings. I'm working on my own review of the Qidi Plus 4 that I hope to publish soon. But I keep seeing new reports of issues, so I've had to go back and edit my script multiple times. Eventually, I'll just need to post it and move on. But that will be a snapshot in time. Even if I give it a thumbs up now, my opinion might change down the line. And therein lies the issue with video reviews. So it's a multifaceted problem. Even a decent, honest review might not be factual. We all make mistakes. We all overlook things.
Yeah, so that's funny. He goes right to the Prusa XL. We all make mistakes. We all overlook things.
And sometimes
and shows the Prusa XL.
The best we can do as content creators
no, he's been doing a lot of that. Like these companies, these people pulls up screenshots of.
So my thing is, if we've had any catastrophic issues with a printer after review, I will post a follow-up video. So if there's no follow-up video, that means that we haven't encountered anything like major with the machine. Like that's usually that's how I do things. Everybody has their own things. So
speaking of FL Sun and their
FL Sun,
only positive video. Yeah, so they've had some fire hazards with their printers.
I have not looked at
steppers.
I have not done this looked at the show notes, so this is all new to me. So that was very jarring. Yeah. There's another one. That's another one. Rear controller melted the solder off the caps, dropping onto the build plate. That is crazy hot if it melted the solder off the caps. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Holy
this is not
shit.
a firmware thing they can update to fix it.
This is this own guy's thing. My S1 shorted at the tool I was swapping out a clogged nozzle. He probably shorted something out. That's probably him. I'm not going to defend FL Sun, but he probably grabbed the fucking thing.
I don't think that was the only one I saw of something like that happening.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Stratus. Go ahead.
Yeah, they've had their issues, and then they're trying to push a lot of bot comments to promote it.
Yep. They're doing if according to a design prototype test, they're doing the Prusa, sock puppet farm method. So it's interesting. Like, I have no evidence, and neither does he, about Prusa doing that kind of like guerrilla, like Prusa's amazing comments, but it does feel very similar, doesn't it? Like,
and it's probably cheap in China to get just a dude
you can hire
cell phones to post.
Yeah, I've seen the videos of those. They're real things. Comment farms are real things. Yeah, so stay away from FL Sun and Qidi. I'll be curious to see how they do. I have an XMAX 3. It's been a great printer. I got it from Jim at the Edge of Tech. He gave it to me. I haven't done any videos on it or anything. I've just been printing with it, and it's been a good little printer. So, but I would stay away from the Plus 4 because clearly those have issues. We've talked about this multiple times here, the patent dispute, because it looks like they dropped some
the suit against like 2 or 3 of the Platons, but Bambi is still on the list.
So, but the thing is, it doesn't sound like there's nothing. Yeah, here. We haven't heard a peep about this issue from either party. We have ongoing commentary from the 3D printing community about the lawsuit. A majority of the comments are complete nonsense. Say Stratus is never innovated or they're a patent troll. Well, they are a patent troll, and they did innovate, but they haven't in a long time. Yeah, so here is like, I have to disagree with this guy. I don't agree with everything in this article, but they're not going to force everybody to buy Stratus equipment, but it will give, if they win this battle, especially with the heated build plates, purge towers, which is a slicer thing, the clog detection, all the other stuff that they're suing over. If they win this lawsuit, it's going to set a precedent for them to go after every single other printer manufacturer, which is going to be bad. And the fact is, a lot of these things they're suing over that they have patents on, the patent should have never been granted, in my opinion. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm saying they shouldn't have been granted because there is what's called prior art in the rep community of these things. So they basically have patents on stuff that the patents were applied for long after the prior art, aka the products that they have patents for that would be in violation of those patents, like a heated bed with flex plates on it. Those have been a thing long before the patents were ever even applied for. So I don't understand how they were granted those patents. Yeah, like Jeff said, if they win, we all lose. Yeah, they're going to go after. I will put money on it that if they win, they're probably going to go after multiple other printer companies like Creality, FL Sun, Anycubic, yeah. So yeah, just keep an eye on there. It seems like they're just grasping at straws because Stratus is failing. Like their stock is plummeting. Like it's been plummeting for a while. We covered this.
Yeah, we pulled up their stock on one of the other streams, and it was a drastic downturn.
Yeah, so
because they're not doing anything.
So this is, I don't know if this is like a paid promotion, but the funny thing is, I actually know the guy who's behind this hand boost company. He worked for, I'm not going to say his name. I don't know if or not. He worked for Soval. He was one of the heads at Soval, and then he went and started this company. And I'm actually really interested in it because for cleaning up like prints, like especially resin prints, I don't do a ton of resin printing, but like cleaning up prints in general, it's like this little ultrasonic tool, and it can just cut through supports and stuff. So I think it's pretty cool.
I'd be interested in that.
Yeah, I'd be interested. I don't know if I don't know if it sucks or not, but like it's basically it vibrates at ultrasonic frequencies and just.
If we can get one for free review.
I mean, I'll buy it and try it out. So, but yeah, I know they're still right now. I think they're on they're on Kickstarter right now. You guys know I hate Kickstarters, but I'm gonna try it out. Like it's clearly met their goal. If it works, I'm gonna get one either way, and if it works, we'll probably resell it because I do think it's a really cool tool for cleaning up prints. Like it's really cool. So just wanted to mention that and give him a shout out. I have not been paid, although if he wants to send me some money, I'm just kidding. I'll settle for just getting one to play with. Either way, I'm going to get one. I'm going to buy it or not. But I think it's cool because like cleaning up prints, this would be a cool little tool to have on hand just in our set of already, we have all sorts of picks and we have all sorts of picks and we use the heat guns and like we have tons of stuff we use and like the deburring tools. Like this would be nice to get into like tinier spots and be able to pop the sports out. So this is something I thought was just pretty cool. And it's not technically a 3D printer. It uses the same like kinematics as the 3D
like
printer.
It's just hot end. Well, like so they're using a hot end to melt solder. So they're printing solder directly onto PCBs, and they say like, so they basically use a CNC machine. I thought there was a picture of it. So it's like a little CNC machine. It can move in the Z ever so slightly. So it's not like technically 3D, but it's using the same kind of stuff. It's got a 3D printed box there. But I thought this is a really neat idea. I'd be curious to know how much resistance the solder adds to the traces, but for just prototyping, this is kind of cool. They're literally just feeding solder into it, like a roll of solder into a hot end, and there's literally just a standard extruder here. Do you see this? This is literally just a standard little basic extruder like what we carry, and they're just pushing it in. I mean, that's pretty cool. There's a mod for like an Ender 3 or something.
Yeah, let's see here. Slick. I want to see where because they're using it. Levels. They're using this on. I want to see if they do have it working here.
That's pretty clean.
We even ran out of tea, but after a lot of getting it wrong, we finally got it right. And what you see here is the fruits of a huge amount of labor. This solder
you could easily do this on a printer.
221 degrees Celsius.
221. So they are using a printer hot end. Like you could easily retrofit a printer to do this.
Or 430 Fahrenheit.
Look at that. That's so fucking cool. It's printing with solder.
I am judging you. But the solder.
Now you could actually print three-dimensional objects with this. You could do another line on top of it. Like printing with solder.
200 degrees, which means that the heat in the soldering iron won't make the traces disappear. Working on the premise that if you can't make it right,
so cool.
Make it adjustable. The problem with traditional methods of creating a PCB is that it presupposes you know A, what you are talking about, and
I bet
B,
they have to print
what
so
you
slowly.
Want. Given that we didn't know either,
so it doesn't pull off.
A board that you have to scrap and remake every time it needs a revision seemed like a wasteful way of doing it.
Yeah, it's cool. I love seeing like little weird shit like this.
And you've got the ring of lights installed for the
so they're like
on the board.
I'd probably use it for prototyping, but like I think this is a gauge cluster for the car. I would probably just do it for prototyping and then have an actual PCB made. But I mean, if they're only making one of them, I guess
if it's a one-off thing.
PCB prototyping, made it possible to go through these iterations of design as our knowledge improved.
Yeah, it's
revision
pretty cool.
To the back of the board complete.
It reminds me of like the really old circuit boards from like the 70s.
Yeah.
Like the 60s and 70s. That's what it reminds me of.
Various daughter boards need to get plugged into our operation because the tails are only just long enough to allow.
It's so crazy.
We left the handbrake light on as an indication that the system is powered on.
It's got servos there for the needles.
The servos work smoothly, and if we're thrashing
that
it
actually
too hard,
reminds
the
me,
temperature goes into the red,
kind of piggybacking
on
what you said, though. It reminds me of some of the PCB boards in your pinball
machines.
machines.
Be attached to our PCB.
Yeah. And they got daughter boards on here.
That's not a rev counter, but another speedo. So, you can imagine our chagrin when we powered it all up for the first time, and this happened. No one could explain why, and the one you see here is a replacement. but that also wouldn't sweep correctly. So we bought a Speedo and we'll use that instead. So that's the guts
that's
of
pretty
our free
cool.
dial.
I thought it was just a fun thing to throw in for the show notes here for today. What do you guys think? I thought it was pretty cool because it's using a lot of the tech.
Yeah, that's pretty slick.
Yeah. So, all right. So we'll go into the rant. You guys, how many of you guys remember that we've been like fighting with fucking Trustpilot for almost a year now? Was it March or April? I think it was March. So they originally got on us because we had screenshots of another company that was stealing all of our content on our Facebook page, calling them out. And we had screenshots of their Trustpilot page showing that their actual customers just hate this company because they're just a shitty company. And so that started this like war with them because they were saying we had to pay them $250 a month. I think it was $250. It's over $200 a month. It might be different now. I haven't fucking looked at their pricing because I'm not giving them a dime. But they emailed us on October 7th. So this is, fairly recent. And let me see if this is the one here. Is this the one? Yeah. So they emailed us here about Trustpilot brand misuse.
You freaking freaks! When will you learn? When will you learn that your actions have consequences?
So this is the email that they sent us on October 7th. You can see here, Yashoda sent us this email. We detected that your current use of our brand goes against our guidelines. You are displaying Trustpilot review content on your website without authorization. Okay, one, the customers own their reviews according to their own terms of service, and our customers have given us permission to post the reviews on here. So this is, remember when I literally just imported all the reviews? So they took a screenshot on here, and they're trying to say we need to remove these because we're not on a paid plan. What do I need to do now? We've sent you a notification. Please acknowledge it. Please only use the Trustbox widgets available in the share and promote section of your Trustpilot account. Make the necessary changes within the next 7 days. They basically give you a couple of basic ones that you can't really display the reviews. If you want to display the actual reviews from Trustpilot, you have to pay them the $200+ a month for it. I'm not doing that. I don't give a shit. We didn't, for the record, we never even set up our Trustpilot page. Some other asshole left a review and manually created a page for us. And that's why we have the page to fucking begin with. I've asked them multiple times to just delete our page and all the reviews. I don't want anything of our company on Trustpilot. They won't do that. So this was my reply to them. If you have younger viewers, you probably should turn it off for now.
Oh, you are going to share it. Perfect.
There you go. So this is my reply from my phone that same day. So yeah, that was my reply. And then they replied back. Hang on, where is it?
Yeah, because I don't know what's better, your reply or their reply to your reply, because it's pretty cool.
So they replied back. Hang on, I'm pulling it up because it's separate. It's separate emails. So they sent this to us. They sent this back to me saying, while I understand it can be frustrating to receive a warning, please note that stating "go fuck yourself" with a rusty railroad spike is neither helpful nor polite. I'm trying to work with you. Sorry, I zoomed in to get this matter resolved, but I would ask that you communicate in a constructive way. Okay, so constructive means being more detailed.
I'm trying to bleed you of money.
As the reviews have not been removed, we will have to proceed to add a consumer alert to your profile. And if I could show my bare ass on camera without getting a strike, that'd be my response. So they wanted a more constructive reply. So this was my more constructive reply. You guys ready? Here's my more constructive reply. I broke it down for them and gave them individual steps on how to fuck themselves with a rusty railroad spike. I suggest placing it on a chair with the pointy side up and sitting down really fast. I don't think they understood how to do it. So I told them, I feel like this is probably the easiest way. They probably have a chair they can set it on and then sit down really fast on it. I probably should have told them for maximum efficiency and effectiveness, they should have done it multiple times, like remove it from the rectum, place it back on the chair, and then do that like 4 or 5 more times until you really just get driven home what I'm trying to convey to them. Yeah. So now if we go to our Trustpilot page, look how misleading this is. They've removed our rating completely, even though 93% of our reviews are 5-star reviews. And now they're trying to say that we're displaying their content in a misleading way, implying that we're trying to like mislead customers to thinking that we don't have good reviews. Do you see this? You have to click this here. This company is breaching our terms used by displaying Trustpilot content in a way that could be misleading. This could look like showing an inaccurate star rating in sales materials, displaying reviews are not permitted user on their site, and more. So if you go to our, now I think if you search in here, at least the other day when I searched for it, it still shows our calculated star rating as 4.6 stars. But then when you go to the page, it doesn't show it because they're trying to say that we're being shady. Like I'm at the point where I'm probably going to spend a couple $1,000s and get a lawyer involved. I'm not even joking because I'm tired of this fucking company. Like they're such piece of shit. I've wanted them to just delete the thing. They're like, oh, we can't do that. Well, fuck you then. I'm not taking the shit off my site. And at this point, even though they don't really do anything, like we have them on our site, like just out of principle, I'm not going to remove them. Just because, just out of principle. Like, so if you guys ever deal with Trustpilot, they're a piece of shit company. Like, tell me, does this not sound like how they're wording this? Does this not sound like we're misleading customers by displaying a higher rating than we actually have? Because that's how it reads to me.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Like, I'm just sick of it. I'm not fucking giving you guys money for a stupid review plugin. Like, I literally have a review plugin that we paid like $100 for. I own it forever. Like,
well, I mean, can't you at this point?
They're just trying to shake us down for money. That's what they're doing. Because if we paid them the money, we could then use their widgets to display the reviews that I already have on our site.
Couldn't you get that for slander?
I don't know. I don't know if this was. Well, I think it'd be libel because it's written. Libel is a written. Yeah, libel. Slander is spoken. You know, so like if I said, you know, Emerson is a fucking, you know, pizza shit communist, that's slander. So
you're at least 50% correct in that statement.
The Communist Party are a piece of shit.
That's for you to figure out.
So yeah, they're still fucking with us, and I'm sure I would love to though be a fly on the wall, and they're like, this fucking company just tells us to go fuck ourselves every time we try to reach out to them. Like,
I wonder why.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then I don't know if that impacts your sales for new buyers. That's the whole thing. They could actually negatively be affecting our business because they want to be pieces of shit. And here's the other thing. How do they know that my customers also didn't, like I imported the bulk of those reviews. People have also come and left reviews directly on our site through the site review page. How do they know that the customer didn't just copy and paste the same review to Trustpilot and to my site? Because I've done that before where I've left reviews on multiple different platforms for companies. And it's just copy and paste. So how do they know that my customers didn't do the same thing? I have fuzzies on my hat. Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't know that. They're just assuming. Like,
they're assuming.
Either way, according to their own TOS, unless they change it. Last time this happened, their TOS says that they do not own the reviews, and I think that's because of a liability standpoint. I don't think that they even say, let me see. Let's go check this. Maybe they changed it. Let's see. Because they said that there was like for reviewers, terms of use. Let's see. Terms of use for customers. Joining and using Trustpilot. I want to see if must be required you choose a username, comment, or produce user-generated content, including enter review. Originated from you. Let's see. I'm trying to see if it says that. Well, okay, here. What Trustpilot we own? Hang on. We own everything on our platform except content owned by others, like the reviews on our platform. So
well, that's your entire fucking platform then.
So they own the platform. They literally say we own our content except for content owned by others, like the reviews. So what's section 7? Trustpilot right to use your user by creator submitting or displaying. You grant his license use, modify, publish, and display such user content anywhere in the world in any way without restriction or any payment. You also agree his license law to make your user generate content for other individuals, companies, including our customers, for any purpose of syndication. You also grant us a right of action, bring an action for copyright infringement against anyone who uses your user-generated content without first receiving permission from you and/or Trustpilot. So right here it says if you have permission, if I have permission from the customers, our customers, to use their reviews on our site, they can't do anything. But don't really fucking care. I'm just going to leave them up. But they say that they don't own right here. Where was it? Section 6. They own everything but the reviews. So, anyways, they're just pieces of shit. Let's see. I'm curious to see what their pricing is. Let's see for businesses. Oh, this is guidelines. Hang on. Because it was like over $200 a month last time I looked. Let's see pricing and plans. Okay, it's gone up more. So now, starting.
People are canceling it.
Starting at $259. $259. That's the lowest plan. Is $259. You can have up to 8 widgets.
Wow.
Like, this is what they want us to pay for. If we paid for this, we could then use their widget to display the reviews. That's what they're trying to get us to fucking. They wouldn't be bothering us at all. I'm not giving them my money. They can go pound sand. They can go fuck themselves.
Rusty,
all right, let's see. We got the Q&A section. We're at an hour and a half. Let's see what questions we have. All right. We got 3 questions here. Let's see what the first one is. Individual results. First one's from Charlie. Did you... That's just why I don't... Someone's asking, did we go and vote for Kamala Harris yet? It's not 3D printing related. I'm not answering that question. Jason B. I got a BMG clone and curious what settings are best in Cura. I did my retraction speed to 25. E-steps around 400. Around 400 sounds accurate. I know stock Cura settings sounds bad for during default retraction. So he's on Ender 3 V2 Neo. You probably are going to have to increase the current on your E-driver to drive that fast. So that's usually what you're saying, because I have some machines where we swapped them out and we did like faster retractions, and what's happening is the motor was stalling because it was trying to move it so fast and there just wasn't enough torque. The Ender 3 V2 Neo, as far as I remember, that has the stock board's a 422 with trinamic drivers, and they usually set those motor currents really low, and they're all running in stealth chop mode, which means they're low torque mode. To give you an idea, like when we have our easy boards in systems, we run the extruder in spread cycle, which gives them more torque. So you're basically not getting enough torque. And this is just from my experience. It sounds like it's not getting enough current, and that sound, it's probably like kind of like a sound is the motor probably it's losing steps. So it just vibrates. It's just like yeah, around 400. Yeah, most of the BMGs and the clones and stuff, they usually use around 400. You should be able to run, if your printer board is properly dialed in with the correct VREF. And we do have if you just go on YouTube and search TH3D VREF, VREF, there's a video showing how to adjust it. You're literally going to have a multimeter and a precision screwdriver and do it while the power's on. So you got to be very careful, because if you slip while it's on, it's going to short your board. If you do short your board, you can get an Easy Board V2 and drop that in there. You just got to change the screen out. But I kid. But be very careful when adjusting it. A lot of these older boards that have the adjustment pots on them, I can do it, but I have shorted boards out when I was new. I have shorter boards out adjusting the potentiometers. You got to be very, very careful. The easiest way to do it, and we used to sell these, but nobody bought them, is a ceramic tip screwdriver, because if you slip, ceramic is not conductive.
Not going to short it.
Yeah. So Yeah, but basically you need a precision screwdriver and a multimeter, and you need to adjust it. So like, and the other thing too is on certain boards and drivers, if you won't know because it depends on what potentiometer they use. Sometimes turning it clockwise increases the voltage, and sometimes turning it clockwise decreases it. So once you figure out which direction increases your voltage reference, you would have to then, I would recommend just bumping up by 0.1 volt and seeing how it runs, and keep upping it until you don't get that stalling of the motor anymore. And then after you're running it for a while, check to make sure that motor is not running too hot, because you might have to replace the motor with like a pancake or something that can handle like the higher currents and not get so hot. So, but yeah, 25 retraction, that's a little slow. It's probably okay. I typically run 50 millimeter second retracts on like all of our machines. 40 to 50 is pretty standard. Any higher than that, you just end up with issues with motor stalling. Lower than that, you're running the risk of it being too slow, because what you basically want to do is when it retracts, you want it to create a kind of vacuum by pulling the filament out, and it sucks the filament back up into the nozzle so it doesn't drip everywhere. That's why you want to have a fairly quick retract speed. Not a crazy fast, but like 40 to 50 millimeters a second is what I found works best. And it varies on your hot end setup. It varies on your extruder, but in general, a 40 to 50 millimeter a second retract speed is pretty good for most machines, whether it's bowed-in or whether it's a direct drive. So
are you saying 30 is too slow?
I mean, if it works on your printer, you can run it, but it depends on your machine. You're going to have to play with it. So like if you're running 30 and your prints are coming out fine and you're not getting a ton of stringing, then run 30. But I typically start at 50 when I'm working on a profile for a printer. Are you running at a 30? Or I start at 50. Sorry. I think I misspoke. I start at 50. And usually that's where I leave it. I think if I look at most of my profiles, they're all at 50. So
what about detraction speed? You just run that the same?
Yeah, retraction, detraction, all 50. So all right, so Mike L8160 says, will a 150 watt power supply on an Ender 2 Pro support a 70 watt heater cartridge, or will it shit the bed? No, I think you'd be fine, because once the bed's heated up to temp, you'll be good. Like, I think you'd be within spec. I can't remember what the bed pulls. It's not much on that machine, but I think you'd be okay. If not, it'll definitely run a 50, no problem. I've done 50 watts on the Ender 2 Pros. I don't see why the 70, I think the 70 would be okay. I don't know if the stock board will handle the extra current. That'd be my only other worry. But if you have like our Easy board in there, that'll definitely handle a 70 watt heater cartridge, no problem. But I don't know.
I want to say I've had customers use 70 watt without issue.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what their ratings are on the FETs for those. I know their screw terminals are not great, but definitely put, crimp ferrules on the ends. Don't put tinned wires in.
You can't disable stealth chop on those boards. You can't control the driver mode.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, on the 422. I'm assuming Afixi is the guy who was asking about the BMG. So the 422, the 427 boards, even if they have trinamic drivers, they're not connected in what's called UART mode, where UART mode is a serial communication between the driver itself and the processor on the board, and they don't have that hooked up. It's the drivers are physically capable of it, but they don't have it wired up. So they're running in what's called standalone mode, and by default, those are going to default to stealth chop. So per Trinamic's own data sheets, they do not recommend using stealth chop on extruder motors because the torque is too low. So, because surprisingly, your extruder needs a lot of torque compared to your other axes. It pushes a lot of force onto the filament, and you need a lot of torque. So the SKR Mini E3, the V3 boards are okay. Stay away from the 1s, the 1.2s, the 2s. Otherwise, I mean, we have firmware for those. Those are okay. They're better than the other E3 mini series, but I'm going to be biased towards our own board because I don't like Big Crew-Tech's E3 mini series is a low cost board. You get what you pay for. It's also a lot slower processor on it than even the stock Creality board. I think they're only running like a 48 or a 60 megahertz CPU. And I think the Crealities have a 70 something, and ours is 168 megahertz.
I can tell you from personal experience, the Mini 3, E3, whatever the current SKR Mini is, they're garbage. Every single one that I have run,
I have them here for testing firmware, Yeah, I mean they're cheap boards. Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
They're just cheap boards. Like
Yeah,
I have
I would assume
yeah,
that
these
maybe
have
if you're like
and there's two different versions. So
yeah.
there's two different versions. This is the 3.01 and this is the 3.0. Our firmware supports both of them, but they have different CPUs. So
Yep. And if you
I have these just for testing. That's they literally sit in this drawer for testing firmware. That's
if
the
you're
only
like a
reason I have them.
hobbyist and you used it every once in a while, it might be a good board, but if your
I
printer
just use
runs
cheap
a
parts
lot,
on them.
don't.
Like
They'll burn up on you.
I mean, I'll run a Creality board before I run a Big Tree Tech board in my printers. Like they're just like Creality boards are not the most advanced, but they are fairly reliable boards. So
their higher end boards are good, like the Octopus and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Luck with them.
Yeah, their higher end boards are good.
Like
the Octopus boards, the Kraken, the Mantas, they're fucking
I don't
great
know.
boards.
So I know Big Tree Tech has a special cable for those like color LCDs. I haven't tried them with our board because those LCDs are buggy. The other thing too is those LCDs, depending on what version you have, you can't even update the firmware on them. So that's why we just tell people to replace them.
Yeah, they have like 5 different versions of the screen.
Yeah, we literally have a help center page. There's the DWin and the DACI, DACAI, and then there's also the VUE and the J something, JC. I have it documented so I don't have to remember it. But you need to update the firmware on the screen typically to change out the control board. And if you have one that's not, I'll pull that article up. Here. So color LCD types. There's 4 of them that we know of. That's what we have documented here. You want to be able to update it because there's an update package that allows the newer Marlin builds to actually communicate with the screen and do stuff. So, TJC. That's what I was saying. So the DWin and the DACI you can update, and we have firmware in our for the Ender 3 V2 Neo. We don't have the support for. We don't have support. So if you want to use this LCD with our SKR firmware, we don't even support it because they're just too buggy. We only support it with the 427 and the 422 boards. But these are the only 2 that can be updated. The VUE one, and you can see like they look different. And the TJC, you cannot update the firmware on these to one that's compatible with new Marlin builds. So these 2 you can, and we do have part of our firmware package for the 422 and the 427, but not for the SKR, just because they need that special cable, and that cable's been out of stock a lot of times because it's got to move around the TX and RX pins. So, but on the 422 and the 427 boards, they have those pins there, and there's no need to like move it around. So. You can just not run a screen. The printer won't care if you don't have a screen, even if the firmware thinks it has a screen. It doesn't need to drive a screen. You can just not hook a screen up. The printer has no idea if a screen's hooked up or not because the screen basically the board sends out commands to it, and it just assumes the screen did the thing it told it to do.
My Ender 5, that one in the tent right there does not have a screen. It runs fine.
Yeah. Okay, so. Confused Redneck. How the hell do you use Ender 3 Pro relocation stuff? I'm so confused. So it moves the PSU. Hang on, I can grab my phone. Oh, you're literally printing it right now.
I don't know what to do because this shit doesn't.
Oh, this is you.
I was hoping you had one in your office there that utilized there's an Ender 3 with a dual Z and has the relocation because I can't. My brain, everything seems mirrored to me, and I don't know. I'm ready to throw things.
So I have it in my.
Just works. Thomas.
There we go.
Yeah, it just works, but except for LAN only mode, which will refuse to connect to my network.
So this bolts to the side, this bolts to the other side, and then you put it on the extrusion.
Okay, but so I see how the one on the end bolts to the side now. And you have a bolt up on the top, but do I have to make the bolt hole myself then?
Yeah, because you got to remember that LCD housing came out after we stopped selling the dual Z kits. So yes, you can just drill the hole.
Like this one here, that's the opposite side.
That's this one.
Yep. No.
Is it? No, I can't tell. Oh yeah, that's that one. Yeah, that's this one right here.
So that goes on that side.
Now, you don't really need, you can just literally just drill the screw hole through the casing. That's it.
Okay,
That's all you need to do.
I don't... This back wall seems too thick then. Because it caused this print... It caused this print to snap in half. It won't...
What?
Yeah, that back wall is definitely too thick.
What version of the housing are you using?
I don't know, the one that I downloaded off the website.
Well, you want to use the older one then, because the newer one is thicker, but it was never tested with the dual Z kit because we stopped selling the dual Z kit for over a year before that new housing came.
What's the old one then?
I think it's still on the site. Hang on.
Because I see Ender 3 PSU offset.
So you have the version 2.2, I think, is we have printed. I'm trying to find. I thought we had the STL for the older one up on the site.
Yeah, the Pro Stock PSU mount, the PSU bracket for Ender 3 with TH3D.
So listen. So we have had like 4 revisions of that PSU cover. The version 1 works with those relocation brackets, and they've been fitted to. They've been actually tested. That's what's on mine is an older PSU one. The reason we came out with a new revision is so it could be used with not only the Ender 3s with the PSU in the stock location, but also the Soval SV06 or the 06 Plus and the 06.
So that's probably what I printed then is I got the one with the thicker back.
Yes, that is the newer revision. We strengthened that up because some people, there was like a handful of people that like cracked them. And so we made them thicker so they're more durable.
Okay.
I would honestly just use, I don't know if I have I thought we had the old one on our site, unless I pulled it down. I don't. Yeah, there's just the newer one, the version 2.2, which is what you have there. That's the thicker one. Again, that one was never tested or sold to work with the dual Z kit, because the dual Z kit we haven't sold for over a year.
Right.
You'd want like the version 1. Which I don't know. I should have that STL file still. Hang on. LRS version. Here's version 2. I don't know if version 2 would work. Hang on. No, version 2 is. I gotta find. I don't know if we have the old one. I might have just deleted it. It's probably in Fusion still. I'm looking through my files right now. Meanwhile. Yeah, I just have the V2. I don't have the V1 around here because I think Doug made that.
Yeah, that's not what I played with.
No, I think Doug made that years ago. So that's why it's not fitting. I didn't even know people were still installing those kits because we haven't sold them for over a year. Are you just getting around to putting that on your printer?
So this one's had it for a while, but I broke the PSU case, so I'm just like reprinting certain things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me see. I don't know if I still have it. Maybe somebody has an old copy of
Emerson, check your.
Because I typically try to delete the older revisions so they don't accidentally get printed and put into our parts. Because we've had that happen where like there's this file. This looks like what I need to do, and then they print it and it's the old version, and we got to throw them all out. I'm looking at Fusion's loading right now. Huh?
Nothing.
I sent a picture of what you had me made earlier.
The hitch cover.
What the fuck? Why did you have me do it?
We're gonna do it. Okay, hang on. I got LRS.
That's PSU literally what my company does. What my business does is makes hitch covers. You douche.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I mean, I know you made the hitch covers. I didn't know. Okay, so I have the 2. Oh my God, Fusion is running like absolute trash. Like there's like a second delay. Oh my God, stop moving. It's just freaking out. Like my inputs are like delayed by like 3. What the hell is going on my computer here? Nope, it's still being stupid. Oh my God. Oh my God. It just sent the part into space. I don't know where it is now on my view. Oh my God. I got to like reboot this computer or something. Oh my God. Why is this like, I should just share my screen. I look a little choppy though. Am I choppy on you guys? Am I choppy on your guys' end?
No. Check your Telegram, dickhead.
Wow. I can't believe you said this. Yeah, the quarter store.
Yeah.
I know you guys made like the branded hitch covers.
We make personal
I'm trying to find. Okay, so what? I don't know if it's gonna do it. So watch. If I try to like change it, like what is? It's just
unplug it. Do you have your space mouse plugged in?
Yeah. No. I touched the space mouse and it's like laggy. Like.
Or if you have a controller plugged in, I've had it just freak out before.
I don't have one on this computer. Hang on. It's plugged into a hub, which is under my desk here. Hang on. It's somewhere down here.
That wouldn't have been included in like an old... Remember you used to do like the TH3D like STL pack that would come with the firmware?
Yeah. That might be in the STL pack. I'm not sure.
I wonder if I have an old STL pack sitting somewhere.
Oh, Tim, we can't hear you. It probably changed your microphone.
Can you hear me now?
Here we go.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the mesh. Oh, I think somebody else like designed this and then we imported it into Fusion and modified it because this doesn't even have the hole on the side here. This is the older version. Yeah, I think we imported this from a mesh because I think Aaron did it in SolidWorks, if that makes sense.
I have the V2 STL as well. So I'm going through all the shit that I have.
Yeah, so like we started, if we look here, there should be versioning on, I think it's on the inside. I usually put versions. Yeah, right here. So you have the version in here.
Yes, I didn't.
Yeah, I do not have the old one. Usually I hoard. Let me see if I put it on my server. Because I think this was based off of another one I found, and then we modified it. I can't remember. No, Doug threw this together. I wonder if Doug will still have it on his computer somewhere. I'm checking right now. Update later. Go away.
Yeah, I would go Nighthawk USB.
Yeah, stay away from CAN bus.
That's
CAN
what's
bus
running on this printer right here.
Nighthawk. I have not heard people that had good luck with CAN bus.
2.2 is what this one is.
Yeah, so that 2.2 is not compatible with the relocation brackets. You have to use the older one.
So I got to try and find the older one.
Because we updated that to be more durable and to fit the SV06. So.
Shit.
All right, I think that's all of the questions. I'm going to check one more time here. I'm going to refresh. Nope, that's all the questions we have for today, and we're almost at 2 hours, so that's perfect.
I have a burger.
What's that?
I have a burger to eat.
What did you get?
Whopper.
A Whopper? Is that one of the weird Whoppers again, where it's the black? No.
That's what I ate earlier on stream.
Well, if
this
Tom
was a free one.
If Tom is watching the stream, here's his Prusa now all back together, all cable managed, and the new. I just got to do the firmware now, so I got everything done on here. Yeah, if you guys buy used air quote modified printers, make sure you go over them because the previous owner literally had a wire hanging out here in the aluminum metal extruder with extrusion with where he just cut the wire off and shoved it in here with bare wire ends that could have arced out onto the chassis. And like, I've gone through every bit on this printer now. The reason I started messing with the power wires is it was really long, so I was cutting them shorter to like cut them to the length they should be, and it was just a fucking shit show of like mods. Now it's great now. This is going to be a great printer when it's done, but like holy shit, I literally had to reprint almost all the parts on here, like because they were just not printed. Yeah, no, it'll be a good printer when it's done. Like I wouldn't have had me fix it if it was a piece of shit, but no, it's good now. I gotta see though, because we don't have Prusa plates. I think someone said though that the bamboo plates actually fit really nice on the Prusa bed, so I might throw one of our bamboo plates on here for testing it. Because there's no plate. He didn't give me a plate with it, so. But yep, it's all done. It's got the extruder all rebuilt, and it actually doesn't bind up. It was in bad shape. Like I feel like somebody built this and then got tired of dealing with it and just dumped it on Facebook Marketplace and be like, "Oh, it's an upgraded Prusa." No, it would have been better just having a stock printer, but she'll be good. She'll be good. I just got to get the firmware done. I'm gonna take a version of our Unified 2 DIY and rework it for the board that's in there. It's got an SKR14 turbo. So I'll rework that and get that all running because everything else is good. So, and then they also had this. I tell the guy didn't know what the hell he was doing. He bought these adapters for the stock Prusa motor connections instead of just snipping them off and crimping on the right connections. This is one more point of failure. Two of these were fucked up. As in, like one of the wires here, one of the pairs of wires is literally crimped onto the insulation, and the JST crimp didn't actually get crimped on properly. So, yeah,
fun time.
Just take those out. Just take these out. These right here. Here's the trash can. Garbage. So, Black Friday deals. We have not even talked about the Black Friday deals yet. We probably should, considering it's coming up very soon. We legitimately have not talked about them yet internally.
Probably do that next week.
I've been getting emails from companies running Black Friday deals now.
All month.
Like it's so fucking.
There's a ton of companies doing it all month.
Tell me the economy's bad without telling me the economy's bad. Like, yeah, literally, I just got another email from. I didn't even remember signing up for some baby company. How the fuck did my work email get on a baby company email list?
Krista,
you have a fucking baby.
I've never done baby shit with my company account.
You talked about it with a connected device.
They're fucking listening.
They are.
Oh, fuck. Well, hopefully tomorrow, my chip tester for all the old ICs and stuff, hopefully that'll be here so I can see what failed on the board for that printer, or not printer, for the pinball that I'm doing that project with. Because I need the original board to do the mods that I want to do. So we'll see what's broken, because like I have gone over everything and I can't see with my eyes and I don't have the testing equipment. So I had to buy the test equipment. So but yeah. You got to clean your office. I cleaned mine up. I kind of did a quick clean, and after I'm done with this Prusa, I'll be doing a deep clean and putting everything away. And then I'm going to build another Mercury 1 with an Ender 5. So I already have Jordan looking. He was looking for parts today. And I don't know if we're going to do like a head-to-head stream where we're both building it. I think we just want to get them done. And we're going to have basically we want to have 2 more fast machines at the print farm for doing orders. So we're going to do, we have 2 Ender 5s. We're going to put the Mercury 1 kits on there and then do an enclosure on them too. So to where I'm going to put that in the back of your head to think of what we want to do for an enclosure, how to enclose those.
So it's funny you say that. So we've been having issues with our resin printers for a while, and I fuck resin at this point.
Resin is gross. It smells horrible.
I haven't used mine in like 2 years.
It's a pain in the ass. I don't know.
You guys want to see my resin printer?
But anyway, so since our resin printers have been down, we use those
right
to
here.
make.
Here's my resin printer.
Yeah.
I don't know. Matt Farmer gave it to me. and he was supposed to do a review on it, and he never did. It's an Epax brand.
Never heard of it.
I have no idea. It's an Epax something. It says it's either an E6. It's either an E6 or an E10. I'm assuming it's an E6. It says the E6 is about 10 kilograms. The E10 is about 15. So I'm assuming it's probably the E6, probably the smaller one. But I have it, so if we do need to prototype something with resin, we have it. But as you can tell, I haven't had the need to do it, so it still sits in the box. Brand new.
Ours keep blasting through the the film in the vat.
The FEP film FEP. Yeah.
So then it wrecks the screen. LCD. Then you got to replace the LCD. So finally, I'm like, okay, fuck it. We need shafts for our hitch covers.
Yeah, you need.
Well, the whole reason why we went
shaft.
to resin was because I could print a lot more at a time. Because originally it was going to take 10 hours to print one on an Ender 3. Well, of course, our fleet has changed over the years. I can now print 9 in 15 hours.
On a resin?
On an FDM.
Oh, okay.
Versus one
faster ones, yeah.
At 9 hours. And it's like,
yeah,
then I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, we need to start doing it this way because resin is fucking ungodly expensive now. What we used to be able to buy for just over $100 for a 500 or a 5 kilogram jug is now almost $200.
Yeah.
For the same shit.
I'm going to ask Joseph asking if we sell linear rails. The only thing we have with linear rails are the Mercury 1 conversion kits for the Ender 5 and the 5 Plus. Those come with the rails for those, but we don't sell individual rails. I can get rails. We just never looked into carry them because then it's like, well, what sizes do we carry? Because there's so many different sizes, and cutting rails is a pain because they're so hard. I've done it before. It's a pain. You gotta have pretty expensive blades that don't last very long, or many cuts, I should say.
Yeah, Jeff.
So yeah, I cut Jeff's rails down. I had to use like an $80 saw blade, and after doing the rails and the rods, the blade was just trashed. So yeah, they're very hard to.
I'm gonna find for my build. I'm just gonna find like off the shelf rails and build around that instead of trying to cut them. It just seems like a pain.
Yeah, that's the other thing is like carrying sizes. Like, yeah, cut mine. What cutoff wheel? Yeah, I tried using a cutoff wheel and they're a little sketchy. So, yeah, small chop saw. Yeah, I did it with our miter saw on that one because I was like, well, goddamn, I got to cut these rails. And I was like, oh, this blade said it'll do hardened steel and stuff. I was like, cool, I'll just throw it in the miter saw. I clamped it down in there to keep it like straight, and it went through. It just took a bit. So, yeah, maybe if we do that, I'll look into a better way to do that. Yep. As long as we got the cutoff wheels from Harbor. Yeah, I never use a cutoff wheel from Harbor Freight. Who said a small chop saw? Yeah, a small chop saw would not be a bad idea. Well, no, actually, sorry, a chop saw is a miter saw. That's what I have. I have an 8. I think it's an 8-inch. I didn't think about getting a cutoff. Do they make cutoff blades for those? Because I always think about them for. I didn't look for a cutoff. I was looking for a metal blade. Let me see. I got to look up because I have a JLC one I picked up. I have a 10-inch, so I have a 10-inch miter saw.
I wonder how horrible it would be to do.
Let me see.
Let me see.
A 10-inch cut. Okay, they do have straight cutoff wheels. I'll have to try that, and they're actually really cheap. Like the DeWalt one is $11. I'll have to try that. Will that go onto my saw though? Oh, a composite blade? I used some, it was Evolution something. It was like a $70 blade. And the reviews were very mixed. It got the job done, but it was just absolutely screwed. I'm actually curious to see what people are using because I'm intrigued to just have, because I don't have a good way. It's kind of just like, what do I have here? What blades can we throw in it? Steel miter saw. Let's see. Metal cutoff. Yeah, Evolution makes one. They're like $300. I'd prefer something I can just get a blade I can just throw into my existing miter saw because I hate like single use tools. You know what I mean? The sparks may melt my saw. Well, I mean, I got it for cheap. It was a Woot deal. I'd never heard of the company JLC, and they seem to have they're more popular over in the UK. But I paid $110 for a 10-inch miter saw, and it actually works great. I used it for doing the basement, and we cut tons of shit with it. So, yeah, I'll look in to see because we don't cut metal that often, and like when we do, it's usually stuff that I can get away with throwing a metal blade in the Sawzall, But I'm not going to Sawzall freaking linear rails. I'm not going to use that kind of janky shit on a precision cut. So, but I'll have to check. It might melt the saw is actually, aside from the guard that comes up, I think it's all metal on my miter saw. So I think it might be okay. I have to look into this. I have to see what the RPM is. I think I have like a 5,500 RPM. Looking on here, the metal cutoff blades are rated for like 6,000. So, although there's pictures of them showing pieces that flew off into glasses. So, brushes with death. Yeah. I'll have to look. Yeah, I think Menards. I think Menards trip would be good. So invite, please. Oh, Matt, we're literally wrapping this up. You're a little late, buddy. So we were getting, so Tor's having Tor's having a Whopper. I don't know what we're having for dinner. I made maple mustard marinated pork tenderloins on the grill last night. That was really good.
I saw the picture of you guys for the Halloween costumes. That was cute.
Oh yeah, I was a bug catcher, and her and Olivia and Krista were ladybugs. Chinese food would hit the spot. I love Chinese food. Is Krista watching? Why are all the lights in the theater room? Why? Hey Google, turn off theater room lights.
All lights. Turn off all lights.
No, I'm on a headset. Good. Yeah. Honestly, I wish there was a way for I could tell it to like not. Oh, I love sushi. Sushi's delicious. Options. Only 7 o'clock here. It feels like 9 o'clock because it's so dark. We're getting into the depressing.
You're not close enough to good water to have good sushi.
Bullshit. Well, I'm from California. We're by the water. We get good sushi. There's these things called trucks, Tor, and they can move things from one state to another.
Even better, they have things called airplanes that do it even fucking faster.
Yeah.
I don't know. If it's inland, I just don't trust it.
Tor, when you come down here, I'll take you to our little sushi joint. It's actually really damn good. There's actually quite a few good sushi places. There's one called Fuji Sushi that we go to. And it's over in Portage, and that's like my one, like the spot I like to go to. I'm trying to think of what their what rolls I get from them. I know they're caterpillar rolls. I always get caterpillar rolls. Those are delicious. I'm just looking at their menu right now because I'll remember. The dragon rolls are good. The dragon rolls, the caterpillars. They also have. I'm looking for their raw rolls. Yeah, they have the crazy roll, which is tuna, spicy tuna, salmon, avocado, yellowtail, and jalapeno. There's another one I really like, the Rainbow Dragon. It's got eel, cucumber, avocado, tuna, salmon, and whitefish with eel sauce. Eel sauce is delicious. So, yeah, if I ever went to Japan, I would definitely get sushi in Japan because apparently it's where it came from, man. They know how to make fucking sushi, okay? But us Americans know how to make sushi. So, although it's a bunch of Japanese people that own the sushi place by us, so I just assume they know what they're doing. But their stuff is good. I've never had a bad roll from them. So, the best sushi is made from frozen fish, even in Japan. Interesting. I like basically when I'm getting sushi, anything with salmon is usually what I go for. I love salmon. Salmon's like one of my favorite fish, especially to eat like raw or smoked salmon. Smoked salmon on like crackers with cream cheese. Oh, such a good little snack. I'll get smoked salmon and put on little Ritz crackers.
Smoked salmon. I've been trying to get him to make it for family functions again for so long.
Yeah, smoked salmon is. I can just eat straight smoked salmon. It's so good.
Krista,
what I miss? Sushi or Chinese?
So Japanese or Chinese?
So like we were so exhausted when she got back from the hospital, but we ended up getting sushi a couple days later. She was like, I can eat sushi again. Thank God. Chris, if you want to jump in really quick, I see you have the baby. I got her. She's in the basement office. Do you guys want to see the baby? Guys want to see the baby?
I don't know why that was. I don't know why that was censored, Jeff.
What? Who got censored?
Jeff got censored for saying fatty tuna.
I can't say fatty. We've said so much worse on this channel. Oh. Josh, you want to get some sushi in the Flavor Saver? Oh, you don't know about that joke, do you? I'll have to tell you about the Flavor Saver joke. It's not appropriate for on stream, but the reference is appropriate for on stream for those that are in the know. Do I change poopy diapers? I'll be honest, Krista changes most of the diapers, but finally I'm at the point where I'm not trying to vomit when I change them. I had one incident at my parents' house where I literally I just eaten, so I don't know if that helped, but yeah, I mean, I'll do it. She usually just does it because the baby's with her most of the time. So Olivia just likes when I come around because I throw her up in the air and make her laugh. And then when she gets hungry, she's like, I like mom more now. I think she's getting on. I think she's getting it set up. She's typing in her name. Oh, here we go. Ready? Here's the baby. Are we happy now? Can you talk, Krista? Is your mic working?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. She's like, here, I'll test the mic.
Yeah.
Did she just wake up? She looks tired.
Yeah, she just woke up.
Olivia. Oh, she can't hear me.
Nope.
She's not even looking at the screen. Yeah. We're so big now. Okay, who does she look more like, me or Krista?
Looks like Dad.
Yeah.
Looks like Grandpa.
She does look like my dad a lot. Like my dad's baby photos, she looks really similar to my dad as in a baby. Olivia, look at the screen. I think she's staring at your keyboard. Is it doing like colors and stuff?
No, it's just one color.
Oh, because she's like, keyboard.
Oh,
Olivia. Olivia. She can't hear me.
Nope.
Nope. It's of course when you want them to do stuff, they don't want to do stuff. So, but we went trick-or-treating. I'll pull that up really quick because it's really cute.
It is.
And I was like, Krista, you realize she can't eat. Although I gave her like the mini Twizzlers, and she grabbed onto that and was like, she was like, this is delicious. Sure. And then Krista took candy from a baby.
Shut up.
She took the candy from the baby and she was very sad. Hang on, I gotta find it here.
Hi, Olivia.
Here we go. Hang on, I'll share it really quick. Here we go. Here. This was us yesterday. Your sister's not great at taking photos because I look like I'm retarded or something.
No.
I was not ready. I was not ready for the photo, but here.
It's because you're retarded.
Look at her. She's like, this is so good. Nom 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 nom. Twizzlers are like one of my favorite candies. But yeah, I was a bug catcher, and they were the bugs. It was cute.
Tim's literally House of Bugs.
I am House. That's my. If you guys don't know, that's my online handle on like Steam and stuff is House of Bugs. It's been House of Bugs for years now, because my mom went when I was like, I don't know. When did we get AOL? This has got to be at least, I think maybe I was like 12 or 13. And my mom's like, what do you want your AOL screen name to be? And we had this fort in our backyard where we caught like insects and we had them in like terrariums and cages and stuff. And it was called the House of Bugs. So I was like, I'm going to be House of Bugs. And so now I'm 35 and my username for most of my accounts is House of Bugs. It's just stuck. And some guy owns houseofbugs.com, and it's some weird forum that you can't even see. And I don't know what goes on there, but I want to know because it's like my screen name. And I want to know what happens in the House of Bugs. And I've like messaged them and they've never replied to me. It's been very it's been very disappointing.
It's my scaredy cat.
No, I love orange kitties.
I love this one.
Oh yeah, here. Mindless says linear rails are insanely hard. Metal cutoff saw around 3,000 watt with addition disc. Not a cheap setup if you only use it every now and then. Yeah, that's why I don't have one. That's why I was like, well, I think I can do it with my miter saw because I have a bunch of clamps. So I basically clamped all the rods in there, the rails and the rods, clamped them in there so they couldn't move, marked on them, and then just went very slow. And I even used like cutting oil and stuff. Like I was putting cutting oil on it the whole time just to make it easier, and it did it, but it wasn't something I want to use every day. So if we ever got into selling linear rails, I'd obviously want to have an option where people could like pay an upcharge to get them cut, but we got to figure out an easy-ish way to cut them. But they're hard as shit. They're really hard to cut through. So, but yeah. But all right, Krista, sushi or Chinese?
Yes.
No, it's not a yes question. There was an or in there. There was an or in there. I'm going to get Chinese then, if you're not going to pick.
You live on Chinese food.
I love Chinese food.
Who wouldn't? Chinese food is good.
Nothing like working on some Chinese printers while you're eating some Chinese food.
Yeah, what Miko said, both.
Both?
Both.
They're not even close to each other.
You just want some shrimp toast.
It was okay. I don't know if I get it again. We did get shrimp toast. I try to get at least one new thing when we get it. Tor's got a Whopper there. Tor had some BK.
It's been sitting here. It's gonna be cold by the time I eat it.
Yeah. Well, we should wrap up. All right. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's either gonna be Chinese or sushi. So.
Sushi.
Yeah, sushi. Okay. We'll see. I think Fuji's open till 8 or 9. 9. Okay. Tor says you can't get sushi. You can't get good sushi inland because he's Mr. California over here.
Oh yeah. Okay. Says the one that's wearing a moist hoodie.
Wait, what?
Very beta of you.
With a creepy, clean-shaven face.
Yeah.
Hey kids, do you want some Halloween candy? Do you want to pet my kitty?
Oh, see, Tim. And we're talking about food right now, and look who's in chat.
Is Bruce in chat? So as you guys don't know, Bruce is like one of my best friends, and he just happens to show up at our house sometimes when we're like making food, like when Chris is like making a homemade dinner, and he's like, "Hey guys," he's like, "You ever watch Seinfeld? You know, Kramer just comes in Jerry's house and just steals his food all the time. He'll just come in and make himself a bowl of cereal or something. That's Bruce. That's Bruce." Tor is paler than me, and I'm a ginger. Yeah, and he lives in California. What happened, Tor?
There's this thing called the sun. I don't see that.
Olivia, what do you have to say? Ow, you're pulling my hair.
Yeah, she's now grabbing my beard. She literally just went like this the other day, and I was like, oh my god. She's like, I want to pull your microphone out.
She does.
Yeah, she's gonna be a little
squirmy.
She's always squirmy.
She wants to walk. Already.
Like she's not one of those babies you can just hold and cuddle. Like she's very squirmy.
She wants to stand.
Yeah, she wants to stand up. So
go.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna
I'll have her.
walk.
I think in the next year or two, I'll have her building printers. Okay.
Just reuse an aluminum extrusion from like an old ender that you don't use. Make like a little walker for her.
That'd be funny. DIY walker for the babies. I bet somebody has to have made. There's so many nerdy dads out there. Somebody has had to have made a printable walker. So, but all right,
B-wheels.
so we're having sushi. Tor's having Burger King. Emerson,
Emerson, what? Chinese.
We're having
skunk.
Oh, Jesus!
We had a chocolate. Got rid of it.
It's crap. Hang on, because I have it here in the text.
What are you eating? Oh, the wife informed you what you were eating for dinner?
Well, I had a choice. It was nachos or Alfredo, and I chose Alfredo because it's cold as shit here, and I want a good heavy hot meal.
Yeah, Alfredo's good.
Or I'm going to throw it at the wall.
White sauce Alfredo? That like white sauce? Well, usually Alfredo has white sauce. So, all right. Well, I'm going to wrap this up. We've all decided what we have for food. So, and Olivia doesn't know what's going on.
Olivia. Hey.
I should get her a little benchy onesie. Why are her cheeks so red? I've noticed her cheeks are like red now. She got real rosy cheeks.
You need some TH3D like baby merch.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. I mean, I can get it. It's
people are buying the world's slowest 3D printer shirt. You might as well do the T3D onesies.
Yeah, little onesies. # branding. You're a little advertiser.
I'm sure.
She's a ginger. She might. I don't know her. I mean, look at my hair. My beard is red, but my hair is dark and that's non-existent.
I have like
she sees
light
you now,
brown, dirty blonde hair.
Hi, Olivia.
And then I have a ginger beard.
Hi, Olivia.
She was looking at you. She was smiling. Aww.
She's like, who's that weird person in the yellow? Oh, that's me. She doesn't know. Yeah, I'm getting to the point where I'm probably just I'm definitely gonna keep buzzing it, but I might go full shaven.
I'm not shaving your head.
Josh was supposed to, and then he forgot about it while he was here.
Well, I saw you took another poll, and I'm saying no.
No,
it was the same poll.
It was the same poll. It just went live when we went live. So, yeah. I still laugh when I think about Emerson when he took out his hat. I was like, oh, yeah, Emerson, if mine was as bad as yours, I would just be buzzing it as close as possible. Yep. It's all sliding down your back. It's time. It's time. It's time, Emerson.
I'll go get the Rogaine.
I think he's too far gone for the Rogaine. But that's why God invented hats.
Yep.
All right, I'm actually going to end the stream. Where are we going to wrap this up with? Don't buy a Qidi X+4 because it might burn your house down.
Don't trust Trustpilot.
Yeah, well, we already knew that. It's anti-Trustpilot. I should print them. I should print railroad spikes and send it to them.
No.